Good morning, everyone. I consider myself lucky to have had a child. I've had two, actually. But that first pregnancy, bringing your first child into the world, is truly an amazing experience. So much love, so much expectation, so much joy, so much fear. It's a cliche, but that's because it's true. Kids don't come with a manual, so new parents, understandably, worry about everything. It's all new. From my experience, one of the big surprises was breastfeeding. I thought, and I think a lot of new parents think, that it's this wondrous natural experience that both mum and bub intrinsically know how to do. It just happens. Yeah, right. It can be hard, really hard. And any difficulty just heightens those raging emotions of fear, guilt, anxiety, and shame. Why can't I do this? What's wrong with me? Why isn't this coming naturally? You see, breastfeeding is a partnership with your baby that takes time to learn and establish. It's a two-way process based on continual interactions between mum and bub happening at many levels: biological, physiological, emotional. Let me give you a few examples. You see, a mother's milk production is stimulated by baby sucking. The more a baby feeds, the more milk is produced to ensure baby gets what baby needs. If milk isn't removed, production slows down. Now, across the animal kingdom, mother's milk is a nourishing elixir, but without being biased, our human milk is on another level. It's far more complex than other animal milks, and it contains a heap of unique components. This liquid gold has evolved over 200 million years to be the sole source of nutrition at a time when baby's brain, muscles, organs, and bones are growing rapidly. For example, a baby's brain more than doubles in size in the first 12 months of life. Human milk is bursting with easily digestible macronutrients, micronutrients, beneficial microbes, growth hormones, probiotic bacteria, and a heap of unique components. Take the components known as human milk oligosaccharides, or HMOs. These magical sugars are not found in any other animal milks, and they make up the third most abundant component of human milk, with more than 200 distinct varieties identified to date. Among other functions, a key role for HMOs is to feed the good bacteria in a baby's gut, helping to shape a healthy infant gut microbiome. And the science is still continuing to unravel other roles for HMOs in immune system and even brain development. The composition of milk also changes over time and adapts according to baby's needs. That first milk, known as colostrum, is rich in antibodies and nutrients. After a few weeks, mature milk sets in, which is much higher in volume and in fat, with a balanced mix of carbohydrates and proteins. If baby is sick, pathogens in the saliva prompt the composition to change to increase immune cells and antibodies. It's the ultimate precision medicine. It's truly amazing. The innate magic of human milk means it can't be replicated outside the human body. Formula companies have been trying for decades, but their products are made from cow's milk and can't match the complexity of human milk. We know that the vast majority of Australian parents, want to breastfeed their baby. Now back to me. My firstborn Charlie came on time and in good health. I was lucky. Breastfeeding was challenging, but we eventually got the hang of it. As I mentioned, the vast majority of Australian parents want to breastfeed their baby. More than 90% of babies born on time leave hospital breastfeeding. Sadly, for the roughly 26,000 Australian families who experience a preterm birth every year, their path to establishing breastfeeding can be so much more challenging. Only 65% of babies born early leave hospital breastfeeding, and this number drops off further in the first few months of life at home. The added cruelty here is that the unique components of human milk are even more important for these vulnerable babies to help protect against prematurity-related injury to the gut and the brain. It can literally be life-saving. So why are premature babies more likely to miss out? Well, this happens for a number of reasons. Preterm birth often happens quickly. It can be unexpected, and this can disrupt the hormones required to stimulate milk production. A preterm baby may be too weak or not developmentally ready to begin nursing, so they begin feeding via a tube. Remember earlier I said that a baby's sucking stimulates milk production. Well, the flow-on effect of a baby not feeding is that milk production will slow down unless mum is expressing milk with a pump every 2 to 3 hours, which can be exhausting. It's a vicious cycle. The physical and emotional stress surrounding a preterm birth can also disrupt milk supply. And the milk-stimulating skin-to-skin contact is often less possible for preterm babies, particularly in the first few weeks of life when milk supply is being established. So all of these factors coalesce to make breastfeeding even more challenging at a really stressful time for families. So what are we doing about this? My team's research focuses on these babies, some of whom are born so small, so premature that their parents can't even hold them. Just think about that. We're tackling this with a series of research programs in our Centre of Research Excellence in Human Milk Nutrition for Preterm Babies. Now, feeding options for preterm babies have improved, particularly since 2018, with the establishment of the Australian Red Cross Lifeblood National Donor Human Milk Bank. But currently, pasteurised donated human milk is only available for the very preterm bubs, those born under 32 weeks. But these babies are actually the minority of preterm births. Our GIFT trial, our world first, is partnering with the milk bank to determine if giving donor milk will be beneficial to babies born 4 to 6 weeks early when their own mother's milk is in short supply. Now, you may be thinking the answer is obvious. Of course it will be beneficial. You spent the bulk of your talk telling us how magical human milk is. But there is some nuance to this story. You see, donated milk is not equivalent to direct breastfeeding. It lacks the ability to be uniquely tailored to babies' needs, and the pasteurisation process can alter some of the properties of the milk. The GIFT trial will involve more than 2,000 babies born 4 to 6 weeks early in hospitals around Australia. We've currently enrolled 130 of these families. We follow babies and their families up until 18 months of age and assess health and development so we can look at both the short and long-term impacts of being fed with supplementary donor milk compared with infant formula. If we show benefit, we expect this will lead to a massive increase in milk banking in Australia to make donor milk accessible to this very large population of preterm babies. Now, that will mean we need a whole lot more donors, but that's another story. Breastfeeding doesn't always come naturally for mother or baby. Our research is striving to deliver the unrivaled benefits of human milk to those babies that need it the most. I wanted to finish by thanking everyone who has supported our work to date, including our clinical collaborators, our funders, and most importantly, our participating families. Thank you.